Hi there! If you're in the market for gutter guards, then you're in the right place. This is a quick video on 5 things to consider when you're looking for gutter guards. Let's do it. Number 1. The first question that commonly comes up when you're in the market for gutter guards is, are gutter guards worth the price? And the answer to that question is really quite simple. Truthfully, if your gutters are not clogged and water's flowing freely away from your house, then you might not need them. It really comes down to the matter of, are your gutters full of leaves and debris like these gutters, potentially causing clogs, which can cause overflows and potential foundation damage, or are your gutters flowing freely? So, point 1, if the water is moving freely off of your roof and through your gutters, then gutter guards might not be worth it. But if you do have clogs or debris, it's probably worth considering a gutter guard of some kind. Tip number 2. If you do have debris in your gutters or clogs, the next question is, how much debris do you have and what kind? Which will really depend on what kind of trees and how many you have around your house. So in this case, in this gutter right next to me here, the gutter is full of pine needles and leaves and asphalt shingle granules, but mostly leaves. Interestingly enough, there really aren't a lot of trees right over top of the roof, but from the trees all around this house, which happens to be close to a lake, the gutter is pretty full of debris at this point. So, this roof would require a gutter guard that can keep out a good quantity of debris like this. Tip number 3. If you have decided you would like to have a gutter guard of some kind, now you'll need to decide what type of gutter guard will work best for your roof. So, there are all kinds of gutter guards on the market, as you already know. From things as simple as a foam you stuff in the gutter, which only lets water pass through it, to surface tension panels, which force the water around the nose of a panel and back in, to perforated panels, micro mesh panels, and all sorts of other things in between. While many of these products will work, in most cases, if you have this much debris in your gutter already, you're going to want a gutter guard that's going to filter out essentially everything but the water, working very similar to a coffee filter. Water moves through, everything else is kept out. So, depending on the debris in your roof, you're going to want to choose a panel that's going to keep out the debris that's coming down. Tip number 4. It's important to keep in mind that once you've decided on gutter guards, you'll need to know that every gutter guard will eventually need to be cleaned off. That doesn't necessarily mean you have to get on the roof, but just keep in mind that debris will collect on top of these panels. Here's our Leaf Solution panel, the under shingle style, installed on this gutter. It has a nice break in the panel to allow water to flow through. But for example, if you have enough debris sitting on top, even though the water is going to flow through, eventually it'd be nice to get all this off the top of that. Tip number 5. If you do have an asphalt roof, like most homeowners in the United States do, it's important to remember that on average an asphalt shingle loses roughly 10 to 20% of its granules on an annual basis, sometimes less, sometimes more, depending on the outdoor conditions. But if you have an asphalt shingle, you'll want a gutter guard that can keep an asphalt granule out, like Leaf Solution, which we have here. The micro mesh is tight enough to keep asphalt granules out, but water flowing through. You might have already found that in your gutter, the bottom is full of asphalt granules, depending on the age of your roof. So that's 5 things to consider when you're in the market for gutter guards. Thanks for watching and have a great day.